This lecture, we're going to learn how to write or draw mechanisms for electrophilic addition in alkenes. Now, the first thing that we need to know is what is an electrophile. So it's an electron deficient species that is attracted to electrons and can accept a pair of electrons. So it's something that is positive, or it could be slight positive that will also be attracted to electrons, or it could be something that is electron deficient. For example, aluminium over here does not have a complete octet. It needs 2 electrons, so it's going to try and look for 2 electrons somewhere. Now is why are alkenes so attracted to electrons? So the thing with alkenes is that they are sp2 hybridized. What that basically means is that the carbon is making 3 bonds, 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals. Remember, carbon has 4 electrons. So out of those 4 electrons, 3 of them are bonded. They're forming the normal sigma bonds. One bonding on this side, one bonding with this H, one bonding with this one over here. So 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals. Now the thing is that carbon had 4 electrons, 3 bonded. The fourth one, the p orbital remains unchanged. So there's one p orbital that is unchanged, and if both carbons are sp2 hybridized, then they both have spare p orbitals, and what that will do is that they will start overlapping above and below, and they will end up forming a sigma bond. So they're now overlapping, and there's this electron-rich center, that's your pi bond. So let me label that. So this is your pi bond, and the middle part, that is your sigma bond. Now here's a typical electrophile. Bromination happens a lot with alkenes. So bromine is approaching. That's a typical electrophile that is approaching this electron-rich center over here where there's a sigma bond, and there's this pi bond, that's your double bond over here. Now because of the electron-rich center over here, the bromine molecule is going to get polarized. What's going to happen is that these electrons over here, they're going to be repelled. They're going to be repelled further away. They'll be pushed away, and this bromine will become slight negative, and the top bromine will become slight positive. So because of the huge chunk of electrons over here, there's a electrons being shared in the middle, electrons in the pi bond above. These electrons are repelled, and when bromine gets polarized, it's going to start attracting electrons from the pi bond over here. So these electrons, they are attracted to the bromine, which is positive now. Now, as a result, what's going to happen is that the bromine molecule heterolytic bond fission is going to happen. These electrons are going to end up with the bromine below. So let's do that. So I'm going to rub these electrons. These electrons are going to end up, this bromine is going to be repelled. So this bromine gets knocked out, taking both electrons with it in the bond, and becomes -1. While the top bromine is now, it's now +1. It is now +1. And so the bond is now heterolytically broken, and let me write that as well. So this is heterolytic bond fission, which basically means that the bond has been broken unequally. Now what this positive bromine is going to do, because now it's like fully positive, it will very strongly attract the electrons in the pi bond. So basically what's going to happen is that these pi bond, that's going to vanish, because all the electrons over here are going to be taken up by this bromine over here. So these electrons are going to be taken up by bromine, which is +1, which will no longer be +1, because all those electrons have been taken up by this bromine. So it's no longer electron deficient, and it's going to bond with one of the carbon atoms. And since the pi bond over here, the electrons have all been taken up or been attracted by this bromine, which was positive, the other carbon over here is going to be electron deficient now, because somebody stole its pi bond. So the pi bond over here, this bromine came and stole all the electrons, and this carbon is now electron deficient. So the next thing that's going to happen is that since it's a carbocation, now this is called a carbocation intermediate. So it's an intermediate formed. It's a molecule where the carbon has a positive charge now. So what's going to now happen is that this Br -1 is going to come in, and it's going to be attracted to this carbon that's positive. And finally, your molecule is going to be complete. And here over here, you can see that the molecule is now complete. 2 Brs have been added. So that's the reaction mechanism. And I'm going to draw a simplified version now for the same thing. So here's what's going to happen. And let's draw a simplified one. So you got an ethene with an electron-rich center. That's your, and let's draw structural formulas. So that's in the middle, that's where your double bond is. Then what's going to happen is that a bromine molecule is going to come in. Its electrons are going to be knocked out because of the electron-rich center over there. It's going to get polarized. This bromine will become partial positive, and the bromine below that's going to become partial negative, and they're going to be attracted. And then what's going to happen is, let's copy that. So I'm just repeating, this is how you're going to draw the mechanism in the exam. So the bond over here is going to be broken. So let's make this -1. One of the pi bonds, sigma and pi bond, the pi bond is going to disappear because this bromine over here is going to take the electrons from it, and it will no longer be positive because it's obviously getting electrons from the double bond. This carbon would be electron deficient, so your next step is that this Br-1 comes back, and as it comes back, it's going to take its electrons and give it to this carbocation over here. And your final molecule is going to be, let's put this over here. So your final molecule or final product that you're going to draw is going to be this one, this Br-1, positive one. They'll both connect with each other. So this goes over here, and it's going to join up with this. And this is how you're going to draw the exact mechanism. I'm just going to draw them slightly further away from each other. We're going to try and draw arrows showing that it's a two-step reaction. And this middle one, remember, that is your carbocation intermediate. Now remember, all electrophilic addition mechanisms are going to be almost the same. This is exactly what you're going to do. It's a two-step reaction, step 1. And let me just write step 1 and step 2 as well. So I've got step 1, I've got step 2. So they're all exactly the same. What needs to now happen is I'm just going to change the electrophile. So what I'm going to do is, so I just copy pasted this. I'm going to change the electrophile. The only thing, for example, if it's HCl, so the only thing I have to change is I'm just going to change it to H and Cl, right? H is the one that's partial positive, and you got Cl. That is the one that's partial negative. Instead of Br, I'm going to have Cl over here. So we're going to have Cl. And H is the one that bonded. And in the next step you have. So that's it. So the only thing I've changed is it's kind of exactly the same. So I had HCl. So the only thing I did was, instead of bromine, which had to be polarized, HCl is already polarized. So H is positive, that's going to be attracted to the electrons, and Cl negative is going to be repelled. And H bonds, taking the double bond electrons with it. And Cl-1 then comes in and joins with the carbocation, and that's it. And the same is going to be true for water as well. You're going to have exactly the same mechanism with water as well. And that mechanism is, so here you go, I've done the same for water as well. Water is slightly more complicated because it's a bigger molecule, but the H and O, the H is going to be attracted, the positive H is going to be attracted to the double bond electrons over here. And remember, one very important thing is that in mechanisms, the arrow represents the direction of electrons. So electrons will be attracted towards the H positive, and these electrons over here are going to be repelled. So you're going to end up with an OH-1. I mean, the molecule is going to split at this point, and you're going to end up with OH-1. The H, positive H, is going to steal the double bond electrons, bond with the carbon over here, and the OH-1 is going to come back and join with the carbon that's positive, carbocation, and you'll have an alcohol molecule produced. So this is all about electrophilic addition and how to draw the mechanism for electrophilic addition. So keep this one in mind. This is exactly what they're going to ask you to draw. And we're going to talk and discuss about Markovnikov's rule in the next video.